Okay, it's recording. Yeah, it's that thing. I'm not sure how many. Well, welcome to the meeting. It's our monthly awareness group meeting, and our awareness group is charged with trying to help spread the word about DNN, both within and outside of our ecosystem, in whatever ways that we have that we're passionate about. And so that's what we try to do. Um, so for those of you that haven't been in this meeting in a bit, the format may have changed compared to what you're used to. So we basically do this kind of around the horn thing that everybody seems to love. So we'll go around and be like, okay, here's the things I was able to do this month, and maybe I need help to do this last one or whatever. So we're going to get started. I kind of have a lot to report, I guess, this month. So the first thing is I just want to make sure everybody's aware. If you haven't seen the announcements go out, if you haven't been seeing your email or whatever, DNN Summit has been scheduled. It's on February 24th and 25th. It's virtual, so it's in Orlando again and everywhere else. There's an early bird for it. It's $99 if you sign up now, and that gets you full access to it. There's going to be recordings, and so like even if you're in a time slot where you're like, oh, I want to see all of those other ones, but I have to be in this one or I'm presenting in this one, you'll have access to all the recordings afterwards as long as you're an attendee. And let's see here, I'm missing something. The price of it goes up to $199 after. I'm not skipping you, Alessandra. We're coming to you. We do not skip the DNN Diva. All right. What else? They already have a call for speakers out, so you can already submit sessions if you so desire to speak. And I started doing interviews with the gold sponsors. I got 2 literally in the can now, so I just have to write the quick blurb for the blog and start to push them now that's been announced. And I got another one scheduled for this afternoon. So I got 3 videos coming, 4 blogs coming, because I have to do a video of myself. And let's see here. Since we last met, Hotcakes Commerce had the version 3.5 go out. That had a ton of updates in it. Some of them we could not disclose because they were security related updates that a client of ours had found through a security scan. So we got some of those pushed out there, but they were never exploited as far as we know, because nobody else ever discovered them. And active forums, which we use on our site, and it has a pending update. We have maybe 6 merges left to do, and then that's going to have a new release finally. If you're not aware, in the DNN community repository area, there's we've had forked it a long time ago because active forums hasn't really had anybody, I don't know, managing it. So anybody who's on it, who's been doing updates to it, has been doing them kind of off on the side and then just doing their own release out there. So that's going to be the new, I guess, quote unquote, official location for it. So I was able to get the building. So when it got checked in, there's a lot of stuff that didn't get put into it for the builds. And then when it got forked, there's stuff that didn't come over for some weird reason. So I was able to figure out what those things were. And now it builds and packages like most other modules that you might put your hands on sometimes. So now it's easier for people to contribute to it as well. So there's a bunch of updates in that thing. And I think I'm done for me. Is there any questions about what I mentioned?
I'm just wondering if you could step up your game just a little bit more, Will. You're really slacking off there.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of slack, I've been keeping that thing pretty clean over the last month too. I'm pretty happy about that.
You're right, Will. You did have a lot to report this time. Been a busy boy.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I had help for some of that. Like I didn't do the hotcakes release all on my own, but the release process is all me. I still need to find a way to automate some of that stuff.
Hey, well, about DNN Summit, there is no Orlando meeting, right? I mean, there's nothing happening in Orlando.
No, it's 100% virtual. So that was my attempt at a joke, which I'll refine before I do it the next time.
No, it's fine. But I went to Google and typed in DNN Summit, and their little summary thing is still showing that its location is Orlando. I don't know if it's just a
the good
cache
thing,
thing.
the
in
person that
Google.
normally updates that page is on
That will
here.
be changed in just a minute. Probably the description didn't get updated for the homepage, probably.
Yeah, okay.
Gonna be in the
So
cloud.
David, that's on the login page too, by the way.
Okay, I'll take a look at that.
Yeah. And I do still have 3 other blogs that I've been meaning to finish publishing for transitioning from Telerik to standalone controls. But those 3 are far more involved in order to get pushed out there. So, all right, so I'm going to go around the horn and I'm going to start with Jay. Mr. J, what you got going on, sir?
Oh, wow. I actually don't have much to report in terms of awareness. I've been doing some development stuff this past month on,
Well, what have you been up to then?
well, I've been working on the structured content solution that I started forever ago. Never got back to it, but it's not really awareness.
Well, you're getting us aware of something that could be coming to DNN. Do you have any sense of like where you are in terms of the, I don't know, progression to a first release?
I would like to say it's about a week away, but I'm wary that I may have a client project that may pop up here and distract me again. But if I have time to finish it up, it could be pretty quick.
Those damned customers.
I know, right?
Yeah. We love customers. This is being recorded. Cool.
Especially with potatoes.
Especially with what?
Especially with potatoes.
Oh, potatoes.
I love customers, especially with potatoes.
Interesting. I haven't eaten potatoes in a long time.
Me neither. Oh my God, it was just like, oh, I love eating that, especially with potatoes. Never mind. The joke was lost in the panel. Really.
Anything else for you, Jay? I mean, that kind of counts because it's going to initially be an outside DNN release, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be a open source module that will be
Jay,
available. So yeah.
nearing a V1 release of structured content. Is it going to be called anything, or is it just going to be structured content?
I'm not creative like that. Whatever you guys want to call it is fine. I'll leave it up to-
Structured content might be just fine because I don't think anything else is actually called that.
I
Yeah.
think that would be the wisest name right there.
Yeah.
It'll be most-
Yeah.
All
Okay.
for it.
What? What?
I'm all for it. Structured
Oh.
content.
Don't worry, Will. I thought the same thing.
Okay, we're gonna move on. All
I'm
right.
gonna stop making comments. That's it.
It just sounded like something else.
And we're gonna move on.
I'm gonna have to see this recording and so like, what did it sound like? Cause I don't know. I'm too innocent. You are nasty. Whatever it is.
I'm moving on. I'm moving on. All right. We're gonna go with Mark next. How you doing, sir?
And well, thanks, Preston. Hey, what do I have to report? Well, I'm attempting to help with the DNN Summit. I haven't been able to help a lot yet, but I still hope to get the opportunity. I did attend the DNN Global event with the intent of taking notes and making sure that our performance can learn from that past one. I did take quite a few notes. There's a lot of learning opportunities there. So yeah, I think that's what I have to report.
Okay. What was that called? DNN Global? Or what was that event called? I forget.
Yeah, it was DNN Global.
Okay.
Anybody else go? I know Renee was there. Yeah.
Well, Renee spoke, but we'll get to her. Oh, interesting. David, I just saw your comment in the chat. I guess we'll just move. Well, Mark, did you have anything else? Okay, we'll move to David since that's in there. So Google is showing the wrong DNN.org summary. So you might have to force Google Webmaster Tools to re-index the site.
Oh, that would require setting up this site in Webmaster. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Well, somebody has to, or should.
Yeah.
And also, Google probably
don't-
changed the UI again lately, so you're going to have to find that feature.
You just go to google.com/webmasters, and I think that gets you there every time because there's always a redirect.
Yeah, the link that's in DNN doesn't work anymore, but it does have a redirect link there on that site. So
I
that would
haven't
be a good
tested that
PR
thing
for
in forever.
somebody.
Mm-hmm. So, well, David, it's your turn, sir.
Oh, I absolutely love these round robins. Let's see.
I know.
Let's see. It's been a couple months since I've been here, and I won't be able to remember everything. But let's see. Bunch of DNN Day videos. Let's see. Scheduled SQL jobs videos, but probably the most recent on that, covering an open source extension by Mitch Sellers and I'll Computer Gurus, showing people kind of how to use that. Mitch and I also had a chat about tailrick removal coming in, or the ability to remove tailrick in DNN 9.8.0. And while I'm on 9.8.0, I do have a slight update that everybody might be excited about. We're putting out a new RC today, and it's going to be a shortened RC, ready for launch next Tuesday-ish, somewhere along there in case, and just in, as long as nothing else crazy comes up between now and then. So if anybody has time for additional testing, just to make sure. Let's see, with platform, had a lot of PRs really recently, most of which were tailored around the new resource manager in there. Working a lot with Daniel Veladas on that, and various approver stuff, reviewing PRs and merging and commenting and stuff like that. Let's see. Hacktoberfest stuff. That was in October. I did a couple of videos on Hacktoberfest, tried to lure some people into DNN platform and there we go. The release candidate is now posted. Okay. Sorry, I just saw a notification of
He
that.
said sometime today. That was too accurate.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to commit too much. And actually the build may be not done. That might just be the pre-release in the release notes. So because we have to do things a little bit out of order there. Okay. NV QuickSight is being refactored. I know that doesn't really excite a whole lot of people, but the big thing about that is that just a bit of history, that thing was built in like a weekend originally.
Yeah, dude, you did that so fast. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, well, and the code reflects that. So so it's always been on my back burner list to go back and really, refactor that code and make it a little more proper, because what I would love to do is for, other people to feel more comfortable at contributing in that project. I mean, it wasn't awful, but there was a ton of stuff in one particular file that just went forever. So Daniel Veladas actually worked with me on this, and we refactored a bunch of stuff. There has been no PR yet, but the idea is to make that project much more easy to digest and understand the code, and allow for other contributions. Because I know there's a lot of things that people would love to see happen in that project, and this will make it easier moving forward to maintain that project. And then I guess the only other thing really noteworthy is DNN Summit stuff, working on stuff there. Redid the website for the 2021 event, and I think just yesterday we updated dnncommunity.org to have a new homepage banner based on the virtual event, and all interior pages now have a little sliver banner across the top. And thanks to 10 Pound Gorilla for doing the artwork on that.
Banner is beautiful. It's my favorite banner ever for the DNN Summit events.
Looks cool.
Yeah, they did good. Cool. That's all you did?
That's all I can remember, man. I'm old.
You reminded me that it's been a while since I've had one or more than one pull request and a release, and I got 5 in this one.
Oh, that's awesome.
But 3 of those are sponsored by a client, so
Hey, they all count.
yeah.
No, I've noticed that. That's good that you bring that up. It's good that people are thinking about platform whenever there's client, needs that come up, whether it's a bug or a new feature or something that needs to work a little bit differently or something, that's gotten into my mentality much more than it used to be. It's like when something comes up, oh yeah, well, let's just improve the platform. Yeah.
Well, I mean, my thing was I love working on DNN, and they have things that they want to have added or fixed in it. And, if they're willing to sponsor that, and because they have a business based on it, and I'm talking, these clients are somewhat larger, they don't have a problem with that if you bring it up. Like if you don't bring it up, they just think like, oh, well, I have to deal with this thing. It's a bug in here and it's open source. So I don't know. Right. But if you make it part of your sales process and they're like, oh, really? You can just knock that out for me? Oh, sweet. Let's just do it.
Exactly. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's true source sustainability strategy right there.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the abundance mentality, right? Like the more we all contribute into the core, the higher we all rise, the bigger our piece of the pie gets, right? Even if our piece of the pie is 1%, that 1% grows as DNN grows. So, all right. So I'm going to be like the teachers, all the teachers that we kind of thought were annoying in school, that whenever you do something to get their attention, you're next. So Timo, you're next, sir. Mute button. Is he typing that he can't talk to us?
He agrees 100%.
That's how I chose him.
You talk too much, Timo.
Yeah. Yeah.
had her
Connection
hand
is not very stable, he says. I do know. Oh, he unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you.
Okay, I had some drop-offs. So. Did you want me to say what I did, or was there a question? I missed part of the conversation.
It's your turn to brag about
Okay.
what you've done with DNN over the past month.
Not that much actually, I think. Did I?
I don't
know.
believe that for a second. Hasn't there been a skin object release? And I know you've been doing stuff with active forums.
No, but the active forum stuff was before, so that's from a while ago already. So I did some stuff for DNN Connect, and I did some stuff for the DNN community website. I've been active in the forums, and I currently don't have much time. So to be honest, then it gets difficult to remember what you did. But it's been small things, nothing serious, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're being modest. He did, excuse me, one of the things he did was on the community website, he updated the template for the events module, or the events page. And so now the events display as an event you'd expect event to be displayed properly. And they drop off 2 weeks after the event has occurred.
Yeah, well, that's an hour, so
see,
it's small.
He's being modest. And
Well, he also just updated dnnconnect.org, to promote summit.org.
That's 15 minutes, yes.
Yeah, but it's very valuable. It's very awesome.
Okay, well.
No matter if something takes a few minutes or a few hours, like it has a big impact. So yes. And then didn't you do something with open content over the past month?
I did a lot with open content, but for the community, no, I actually, the thing, what I'm I don't have the time right now, but I'm thinking about creating a repo with answers, because a lot of people are asking questions in the forums for things that they can solve easily with open content, but they just don't know how to do it. So somebody wanted to inject something using Razor on the page. I mean, that's, too sexy or open content. That's really simple. So I think I'm going to do that. And then if ever, anytime anybody has a question, I'll just add something to their repo and they can just download a CSHTML or something. But I have
So are they going to be actual templates?
Yeah, just simple. That most people don't understand that. Even for injecting, that's actually something that that Sasha added a while ago. These templates in open content can just be a handlebars file, nothing else, or just a CSHTML, nothing else. So, this person wanted to show the username. They wanted to use the username in JavaScript, and you'll just add that template to the page, add some Razor to it, and then you have it as a variable in your page. So that's how I use open content a lot too.
Okay, yeah. If for those of you that might use open content and don't realize though, so like if you want to take advantage of the open content templates that already exist, and then you find out Timo has an open source open content template location as well, you can actually comma delimit the template locations in the settings for it, and then you can get all of them all in one spot. So you can just have basically a giant menu to choose from for all these content templates. So that was my suggestion because we have our own internal one, and, and we're working on it. We've been working on. Well, I've been working on very slowly an open content template repo that has just templates for Porto. So that way you can just if you want to use any of the Porto shortcodes, you can. It's not finished though, so I haven't. Okay, thanks, Mark. So once we have all the shortcodes in there, then I'll be bragging about it. But it's I don't know, half done. Cool. Thanks, Timo. Let's see who's next. We're going to pick on Alessandra.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah, see, I saw you look away.
I'm like, what? Oh, I have to go.
Hey, real quick, Will, I had a question. You mentioned Porto. Are you using Porto a lot as a?
Yeah, for our low budget clients, and we do have a handful of those. We'll just throw Porto on something just to get beyond that, because
Gotcha.
Those ones are smaller businesses that don't understand, I would say, or don't appreciate the budget for a custom theme.
Right. Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
You're next, Miss Alessandra.
Okay, to say that I haven't done anything, I found and reported a broken link on DNN docs, and
there we go.
David fixed it. There you go. And I also learned to play Among Us, so there. I'm very bad imposter, just saying.
You're not a very bad anything.
Stop it,
You've reported a bad link on DNN docs. David fixed. I did see that.
Like highlights. She is picky, man. She is picky.
Well, if you feel so inclined, there's a lot of broken links on that site you could report.
Damn it. Stupid Google that took me to the right page. Okay, I'll try to go. I have to say, because as I said, there's a lot of stuff that is under the hood, classes and stuff and database, and I just wanted to know what is the name of the token, but okay, I'll try to do that. Links is something that I can do without knowing backend.
Yeah, that'll help, because I haven't contributed to that one in a handful of months, but I do know, having used it, and even when I was working on it for a couple updates, I kept running into broken links. And it's not like, it's just one of those things where it kept getting restructured and then some of the links just weren't getting updated. So it's one of those things where we definitely could benefit, and the entire ecosystem can benefit from those links getting fixed.
Yeah, and one thing that was actually hard for me, because I kind of looked around and I did not know where to go say, hey, I found something here. Maybe we should have like a little to report something wrong on this page, little show no pages thing.
Isn't that what you use to report the link?
There's, I should
Is
probably
there?
do a video on that to help people know a little bit better. But there's
Make
a
an article.
yeah, there's a feedback button up there, and there's an improve this doc. So feedback just links to that page and creates a PR for you, or I'm sorry, an issue for you automatically with all the pertinent information for the docs team. And you can just put your comment in there. That's feedback. And then improve this doc will literally take you to that file on the GitHub repo so that you could edit it in your browser.
Right there on the top. Okay. Yeah, I did not see that.
Oh. And now she's aware.
Now I am aware, because this is an awareness DNN thing. So level up.
I am adding those to my video list. I will definitely do a video for each of those to help people understand those a little bit better.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else for you, Alessandra?
Well, just that I was just changing. That's actually a question regarding even DNN docs. I asked for some recommendation of servers and to get hosts, and everybody is rich apparently. So I went with the one that everybody said, don't go there. I had to go there because that's what I could afford. So I'm on, yes. I already why? Because you're poor, that's why. And so I went there and I actually went through a couple of experiences. So I wonder if it would be an interesting article to put details specifically to DNN, stuff that I went across to add to DNN doc. Would that be something of value?
Maybe as a blog. I don't know if necessarily, if it's instructional.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly what to
spot.
put that.
Yeah, maybe I think I think a good first spot is as a blog.
Okay, I'm gonna do.
And if you need any help with that, just let me know.
Sure. I'll say okay, this is why you shouldn't go. But if you did, if you already made this mistake, this is what you should do. I was literally now just trying to do an FTP. FileZilla, okay. Through Dreamweaver, nope. I finally got it to make just before. I was like, yay, I'm so happy. My life is
I can't believe I heard Dreamweaver in the context of a web design talk.
Okay, I know. I know. I'm so used to Dreamweaver. Every time I go to studio, I go this seems so hard.
You don't use Visual Studio Code?
I don't. No.
Oh, wow.
I try. Every time I go okay, let's start doing that. And I go yeah, but on Dreamweaver, I know exactly what everything is already. And I know it's much better, but it's kind of
David has a couple of good suggestions for web hosts, DNN for Less and Point Click. Yeah, Malik, I haven't seen him around in forever. I mean, I see him pop up here and there on Facebook or whatever, but.
Yeah, and then also Applied Eye, I guess, is still supporting DNN, and
they are. They have their awesome cloud option, but I don't recall where that falls into regarding budget. I don't know how cheap or whatever it is. Yeah. So. Yeah, so there's some good suggestions in the future for web hosts. We got Applied Eye, Point Click, DNN for Less, and who did I miss? Anybody?
Now, DNN for Less was the one that was more, but I actually needed something that I could put a bunch of different instances. Mm-hmm. And for that, then it would be a little bit on the higher. Mm. So I was I know I'm getting what I'm paying for, but I needed to have that multiplicity for the tasks that I was doing, that's all.
You just reminded me of something. So David just mentioned manage.com. I remember seeing something about them not supporting DNN 9.7. Is that still true, or what's going on with that?
The official word is they have not tested it yet. So
GoDaddy?
yeah.
No,
that's-
no, no, no.
It runs.
No, not GoDaddy.
Oh,
Manage.
DNN. Okay.
Yeah, manage.com. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that. Yeah. I'm sorry. I won't say anything.
So I'm guessing it has to do with their custom built tools that help do certain things. But that's just a guess. I have no idea.
And also personnel and being able to keep up because of other interests in their, hosting world.
Well, then they're going to be really behind the ball once 9.8 goes out. Anyhow.
Well, actually, I think that'll fix a lot of things because they got scared with the Telerik stuff. So,
touche. Yeah.
which makes sense. I mean, yeah.
And Jeremy got his answer for a release date also. All right.
Planned release date.
Yeah, planned. Yeah, sure. Well, actually, regarding the release, I know one of the kind of hanging things was that localization bug. Did that get resolved?
Yeah, it got resolved. That ended up being actually caused by the update of Newtonsoft and their default behavior being different than it used to be. So yeah, I'd be glad to share some more details with you if you'd like.
Cool. All right, thank you. All right, save the best for last. Renee. She's like, ooh, I can't wait to hear what it is.
I was going to say, I've already gone.
Perfect timing. My dogs were just barking and going crazy. I'm like, what are the chances? So updates. Yes, I was a speaker last weekend. I think it overall went well. It was my first virtual conference per se. So I think it went well, and it was nice to see everybody's faces at times and people that have been around for a while in the community.
What was your session?
Marketing and website do's and don'ts. More on the design aspect and less on the technical aspect of things.
Are you going to be able to repurpose, or was it recorded, and will you be able to repurpose
It
that
is.
video
I
for
do
yourself?
have it. I do have the file. I just need to get it on my YouTube channel so it can actually be put out there. I know a couple people, I think I saw already put their workshops online. So they're definitely out there. We were all given them, so we can use them as we please. So yeah, that went well. I've got 4 sites that I'm just waiting to push the button on to go live. So bugging customers to give me the final okay. So hopefully within the next day or 2, we'll have those sites live and done. And I think I did 1 blog post right after the last meeting.
Ooh, I don't know if I saw that. Did I see that?
It was more on, it was regarding updating. Why should you update? Why do you keep your software updated? So yeah, it's been a little busy month.
Hey, I just noticed that banner on the top of an internal page. Wow, cool. Okay, secure. I don't remember seeing Mitchell. Cool. Where are you? Did you put it on the community site or somewhere else?
That's I need to go back and start putting stuff on the community site. It's on my
okay.
site.
It's on your.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're perfectly okay with cross posting.
That's one of my to-dos for the next couple of weeks is to start getting my stuff posted up there.
Do you have do you already have access? I don't recall.
Yeah, you gave it to me. So I
Okay.
just need to go and do it.
Sweet. Awesome. Oh, let me put that down as well. There we go.
So yeah, in between all that, I've been upgrading my sites to 9.7 too. So
Yes, yes. Yeah, so anything that's past 9.2, I'm finding is super easy to upgrade. Well, from that point.
I haven't had any problems so far. It's been smooth sailing with all the upgrades. So yeah, fabulous.
Updated as plans to begin.
Yeah, I got some sites from 2011. which I haven't touched since I joined Tracy at Works. I'm like, what? That's my portfolio. So do not look at dnndiva.com, please, because it new. And I had like, it was like 0.7.0.3 or something horrible.
I
like
still
that.
have some version 5 sites, and during the holidays when things get quiet again, we will be retackling those.
Nice.
It was and on GoDaddy. So like, what's going on? I don't know. They just have one app there, and it's 0.7, and no, yeah, 7.6. So like for me it was ideal because I was going from a 0.3 to a 0.7, so I could import everything, great. And then for the new site, I'm like, oh man, I have to do every single freaking setting here. So annoying.
Anything else, Renee?
I think that's it for me.
All right. Okay, Jay, we'll see you later. So just in time, Mark's iPad joined. Which Mark is this?
I don't know, but he has an iPad.
Hey,
Streaming it.
it's,
Mark Saunders.
yes, it
Welcome.
is. And I sorry, I just didn't want to be the guy that misses every meeting. So I joined, but I'm in the middle of some family stuff. So
Oh,
I just came to see what kind of interesting stuff was going on while I'm trying to prep to go to the hospital.
oh, sorry to hear that. Well,
Yeah, it's all right. It is what it is, but sorry I keep missing meetings. There's been a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So we just finished going around the room, so to speak, and so it would have been your turn to brag about anything DNN related that you had done. Is there anything that comes to mind?
So what you're telling me is that you need me to make a motion to adjourn?
No, no. Our next step is open forum.
I don't have anything. If I did, I probably couldn't think of it right now. So
Okay.
nothing that exciting, just the same day to day. So,
Okay.
I mean, the upgrades are great. I think the new versions are working good so far for us. I haven't had the problems I've had or expected. And, we haven't had too much impact on anything. I do need to get with somebody on the analytics stuff, and I apologize, but hopefully in the next week, I'll be out from under this.
Okay. Oh yeah, so a feature coming in 9.8 is a Google Tag Manager connector. So in addition to the Google connector that already is there. Ooh.
Yeah, bad news on that.
Whoa,
It's probably
what?
going to need it's probably going to need re-engineered because they released a new version a couple days ago.
Oh shoot. Well,
Just for what it's worth, the change Google Analytics is completely different. I'm trying to put something together. They changed it to streams. You can have multiple sites in those streams. The codes are completely different. So most of the software that validates for the UA or the GA code fail because the new code is a single longer string with a single digit, I think an O or something in front of it. I don't remember, or an S. So there is that. All right. So as an FYI, I forgot to bring that up in the tag meeting, and I should have. So just as a note.
you should probably bring it up at least in the Slack.
Yeah, I will. I'm unfortunately, so yes, I will try to get that. Or you can even mention, hey, Mark said tag manager changed, and
I'll give you credit.
Well, I don't care. You can say, hey, Will says tag manager changed, but someone needs to know is all. I just didn't know if you didn't believe me. I haven't looked into how much the embed code changed, but what I do know is if we're doing any kind of validation on entries or anything, that will be a problem. And I believe the embed code was actually changed about a year ago. And I don't know if they added anything to it. I haven't been able to A/B it yet. Because again, this changed a week ago and I've kind of been buried. So, all right. I just know that we tried to implement something and my customer kept coming back going, what is this? I'm like, that's not your analytics code. And they kept sending it to me. Then I went logged into their account and I'm like, oh, that's your analytics code, and started to drill backwards and found out that not only did they make some upgrades to Tag Manager, but they also changed analytics.
Okay, good to know.
All right.
That's that email that I didn't read where they said Google Analytics has changed. Okay, I remember seeing that. That was like a week ago.
That is the one.
All right. Cool. All right, so now we're going to transition to open forum, and this is the recorded open forum. So if anybody has anything that we didn't go over or has questions about anything else, this is the time to do it. And we'll have a closed open forum following that won't be recorded for anything else. So anybody? Noe's gonna ask why you can't see my goatee.
I did notice, but you know,
it's growing back a little bit. It's coming.
I thought maybe you just sneezed on the wrong time and like, you know what, let's just start again. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a Looney Tunes cartoon where you sneeze too hard and all the hair comes off.
I was thinking more of a whoops. The
Oh,
trimmer just
no.
went and like, is Spanish in position? No, okay, so just, you know,
All right,
reset.
so I'll tell you the full details, but I'm gonna close the forum first. So we're gonna go to closed forum, and thank you for joining us, and thank you for watching. If you are watching, and please join us, please help, and you know, if you need help doing that, we're here for you. So spread the word, and that's what our meeting's mainly about, is to get everybody in the know, so you know what to spread the word to other people's about, whatever. All right, so we're gonna end the recording. So thank you.